Alien War Invasion by Rob Harper. Part 1. It was a warm summer day, and me and my friends were spending it in Niagara Falls. We lived quite near, and as we sometimes did, we were checking out the tourist girls on Clifton Hill. The hill was the main drag for tourism in Niagara Falls. Sometime in the past, someone had the bright idea to fill the area around the falls with wax museums, haunted houses, and other tourist traps. We were walking down the hill towards the gorge that made up the lower part of the waterfall, when our lives changed forever.
People of Earth, heed our voice. We have come.
The voice seemed to come from nowhere, but we assumed it was some publicity stunt or prank. That is until the ship broke through the clouds. It filled the sky directly above us, and people started to panic. Before they had a chance to totally lose it, the voice boomed again.
People of Earth, you are now under our control. You will be spared if useful.
Just then, lights from the ship lit up the part next to where we were standing. One red, one blue.
People of Earth, you will move to the lights. Females to the red light, males to the blue light. You have 10 minutes. All those not in designated areas will be dealt with harshly.
I looked at my friends. We were in shock, I guess. I see it now. They wanted to run. I looked up at the ship and wondered where anyone could run to. I went into the blue lit area. People were running everywhere. Some couples refused to be separated. Many people went into the lights. My friends ran and hid behind a dumpster. I could see them peeking out to see what was going to happen to those of us who went into the light.
People of Earth, your time is up. Those outside the designated areas will be eradicated.
I looked to my friends and saw them start to run down the alley. Suddenly beams shot over the ship. Everyone not in lit areas that I could see were instantly vaporized. The remaining people started to scream.
People of Earth, females in the red lights will be eradicated.
I nearly died when it said that. I looked over to the women in the red light, and the shock and fear on their faces was erased as they were disintegrated.
People of Earth, the galaxy is no place for free females. The males in the blue light will become slaves.
I was in a state of shock. I barely noticed when the aliens in their powered suits beamed down around us. We were kept in the blue light by some sort of field. The group of us was left there to watch as the aliens beamed down supplies and built a camp around us. We were kept in the blue light for days. The aliens threw us food and water through the field, but never spoke, and the voice from above never addressed us again. The invasion was over.
You, come.
I was awoken in the dead of night by a beam hitting me. It felt like being hit with a cattle prod. I looked around, and 2 others were also illuminated by the weird device. I got up wearily and stumbled over to the edge of the field. I was weak and tired and mentally drained. The other 2 joined me, and an opening in the field appeared before us.
Come, now.
We marched single file through the field. We were flanked by a few aliens in their suits. They were a little shorter than us, but wider. Their suits were a silvery gray, and their helmets sat on their heads like a silver dome.
You 3 have been chosen to serve us in a higher form. You should be honored.
None of us said anything. We were led into one of the prefabricated buildings the aliens had set up. Inside it looked sterile and utilitarian. We were led to 3 beds.
Sit. Wait.
We did as we were told. The beds were shaped to fit the aliens' form better, but we were at least off the hard ground for the first time in days. After a few minutes, I drifted off to sleep again. Exhaustion overwhelmed me.
That one there. Is it dead?
I awoke to 2 of the aliens talking near me. I kept my eyes closed and listened. At the time, it didn't occur to me that they were speaking English. Later, I learned of the nanites they infected the planet with that allowed instantaneous translation, among other things. The doctor wore a uniform similar to a containment suit that you see in those disease movies, but it was the same steel gray as the guard's armor.
No. They just sleep much of their time. They are a weak species. We will improve them. Are you sure they are suitable? We have never encountered them before. We have met similar. They will be suitable. I can see now their resistance will soon be crushed.
At the word resistance, I perked up. I never thought it was possible that others were fighting back.
He is awake. Inject him.
I felt a sharp jab in my arm. It was much worse than a needle. I expected something to happen instantly. They said they were improving us, but nothing seemed to happen. The aliens injected the other 2 with me and left. I drifted off to a horror-filled sleep. In 1 week, the world had ended as we know it. One word drifted to the surface, however. Resistance. To be continued.
So, Rob,
Yes, Jeff.
Fiddlin' Old Time Radio, bringing the funny, old time radio into 21st century.
Yes, it is. VinLoldTimeRadio.podbean.com if you want to look for it.
You're a genius.
It's on those typey, internety, computer things.
With the tubes and the...
Trucks driving information. VinLoldTimeRadio.podbean.com. Bringing podcasting. No, wait. Bringing old-time radio to the 21st century.
via podcasting.
And the internet.
And horses.
And in blue microphones that are actually white.
Well, they're the snowball variety of the blue microphone, so they do look much like a snowball. But the Yeti version of these microphones don't look like a Yeti.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I would talk into a Yeti's belly any day of the week.
I'd talk to a Yeti's ass. Wouldn't that be great?
Why, hello there.
VinLoldTimeRadio.podbean.com.